Hoodrich Radio is the voice of DJ Scream on your airways. Moran is here, special guest up in the building on Hoodrich Radio. My brother, Ari Da Kid is here. 96.7 The Beat. What's up, man?
Back out, free out.
Free out?
Freed out of music prison.
Out of music prison? That's what you're gonna call it?
I guess, man, something like that.
Well, if you want to dive straight into it.
Yeah.
Of course, the people and the fans want to know. It seemed like there were some frustrations with you getting your music out. I guess how and when you wanted to get it out.
Yeah, for sure.
But of course, the question that people want to know is that, given the history of Homie, why'd you even do it?
I mean, multiple things. Like, just in a nutshell, like, I was at a point, you know, on my own music career where I took the long route, like, in the music game. You know what I'm saying? Like. There's a lot of times I was around a lot of people that, you know, I helped out or worked with, you know what I'm saying, and vice versa, you know what I'm saying, not like but and you know, other careers around me took off a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, as I was taking my route with just, you know, tape by tape, person by person, you know, doing good business with everybody that I could as much as possible, you know what I'm saying, protecting my face card, like, you know what I'm saying. So from there, from that route, I went to a point where I was just like, nah, I don't really want to sign, because all my peers that took off, they was all in uncomfortable situations, you know what I'm saying? From there, I was like, I ain't going to do no deal. I'm just going to stay independent, you know what I'm saying? I ended up doing that, you know, me and my, you know, Schweinbeck and everything, we did some label meetings. I was like, nah, I don't like it, because I'm getting there and they asking me things that I already answered on, like Sway in the Morning. Like, if you even just Googled me or watched one of my interviews, you would know. So I felt like the labels wasn't really doing their job. They just seen like I had high numbers on like my TLC song.
You were an item. You were a product. You felt like it was just a product.
Yeah, so it was more about, you know, and at that time I had just started really making more money off the music. You know, so I always, you know, was on my business, you know what I'm saying, financially and nothing, but I had just started seeing like good bread, like 100% come toward me, like on some Nipsey Hussle stuff, like on my masters type stuff, you know what I'm saying? So from there, I didn't do none of them deals. We sat with every label, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, SoundCloud was going up. Like, TLC had like 11 million plays on SoundCloud. Like, I was going crazy, you know what I'm saying, with that. On the internet game, like, I just stopped messing with the club, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, you know, streaming started taking off. And then the year coming toward, I had got to a point where I was just like, you know, I wanted to sign some producers. I had found 4 producers, 2 that I already had with me, and then another 2 that I found, one in Florida where X and Kodak is from, and then another one that was from VA. So I had all 4 of them, but I was like, I don't even want nobody under me unless I could drop them a stupid bag. Like, I could have gave them something light, but I was like, man, if I can't do like at least like, you know, 50 bands or plus, like, I ain't gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? But so I went to a point where I was like, I want to walk somebody into the game, like, you know what I'm saying? I was there mentally, you feel me? From there, I was sitting with labels again, you know what I'm saying? And at that run, I was already dealing with Bird for like 3 months. We was cool. Like, I went to New York with him. We shot a video. We doing music. We in the lab. I'm learning from him, like, hands-on. Like, I learned stuff that I like people will probably pay millions to hear and see. You feel me?
So it's safe to say that, but the situation was, I'll ask you 2 questions. The situation was beneficial to both parties at the time.
It really always was.
Right.
It just was, you know.
Did it end okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that, because like, you know what I'm saying. So from there, for all of that happening, I ended up I was about to do a deal with somebody else, right? Another label, right? I did not do it because only way I was gonna do my deal is if they was gonna give my 4 producers a pub deal.
Right.
That label ended up telling me they wasn't gonna do it because at that time those 4 producers had no accolades, they had no placement. So that was a smack in my face, because I'm like, damn, like, if you really want me, why would you not sign my producers? I mean, you're not gonna make me no priority. So I walked, and from there I had posted a picture, and Bird was just like, yo, you know what I'm saying, you know, what you want, like, what you want to do? And I told him, I said, this is my plan, this is what I want to do, these are the 4 guys I got, this is how much I want to give them, you know what I'm saying? He was like, put it on paper, let me see it, and I'm gonna do it. That's what we did. And so from there, and a lot of people's like, yo, you know, cash money, but you know, I don't give a damn what another person tell me, bro. Like, if I look a man in the eye, my business is what it is, and my lawyer is what it is, and vice versa, you know, I'm gonna move forward and you know, with good faith, right? So from there, just to clear the air, I didn't deal with whatever business Lil Wayne and whoever, Tiger, whatever. That ain't my business. I don't speak on other dudes' business just to be G about it. But they never owed me money. I owed them money. I got my bread. What Bird said he was gonna give me, he gave me. You know what I'm saying? Just so happened from me doing that, I was only locked down for about 12 months. Ain't nobody ever got out their situation that fast like that. Anyway, first of all, you know what I'm saying? 2, I got a lot and learned a lot from Bird. He gave my producers exactly what they wanted. And probably he'll walk by them to this day, probably don't know what they look like. So he really just gave it to me and he never gave it to them. You know what I'm saying? Just to be open about it. You know what I'm saying? And then from that stage, I dropped 3 projects really until I got off tour. Then I went on the Black tour, and the free Black tour with me, him, and Sabrina Claudio. And then as things were just, they were dealing with a lot on their own legal stuff with all the other stuff that was going on. So I felt like, some things were kind of clashing a little bit. So I was just like, if the timing, once, I hit 30, bro, I'm like, bro, I don't got time to be playing like these young artists, bro. I don't have 4 or 5 years to figure out what's going on.
Right.
So, just respectfully, I just, had my attorney hit their attorney and everything. It was like, look, man, I went out. What we got to do? So it just took a little time. So in that time frame, it was like, look, you can't have nothing out at this time until we figure out the logistics and the numbers. And then, once we hashed it out and figured out what that number was, I paid what I had to pay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the story on it. You feel me? So
you feel free, as you said.
Yeah, I'm super free.
And what's the game plan moving forward?
Well, I actually ended up having, a lot of people, when they under them shackles like that, they freeze. You know what I'm saying? Like, what folks don't realize is, not only did I learn from the situation while it was good, I learned from the situation while it was bad. Because even in that time, like, I upgraded my car. I learned a little bit more about vehicles at that time. Everybody know how hard I rep for the North Side, like Cobb County, Marietta, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I came up there. So I actually went and bought a house over there because I got tired of, like, saying, like, repping something where it's like, we have this repetitive thing of repping a hood or overclaiming a block and don't own a damn thing on it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know me. I opened my first 2 studios on Windy Hill. I put my billboard on Windy Hill. I did that first, you know what I'm saying, before anybody in Cobb. But I was like, that was all just me renting and, blah, blah, blah. So I went and bought a brand new house built from, from the ground up over there in Cobb. I did all of this while I was down, and then I ended up, me and Schreinebeck started out, we went in partnership, becoming business partners, started working with Pacquiao, getting it behind the artist, teaching him the ropes of the game independently. So those plans I had already did before I even got free myself. So those are things that I'm very grateful for. I also started a chauffeur business. Like, I took my Sprinter, tricked it out. It looked like a Wraith on the inside.
I know that, man.
Come on, screen, now.
Come on, man. I've been needing that treatment sometime.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got folks that'll drive you around. It ain't no party bus. See, they ain't no stripper pole, but it's like real. I got the best Sprinter in Atlanta, period.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Flawless, you know what I'm saying? Executive seats, all that. So I started that too. I've been doing like Tokyo Justin used it. Tokyo Vanity used it. The Rez Deshaun used it the most. He stayed in it. NBA Youngboy, they all done rented it out. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing that. That's my company. You know what I'm saying? So I did all of that, keep in mind, while I was not putting out no music.
Right. And you're a hustler, bro. I've known you for a long time. Always. You're a hustler, so
you know what I'm saying?
It's good to know, like, regardless of what was going on, that you gonna hustle and get some money and create some situations.
Always. Yeah. But it's always about doing good business for me. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm in it or not, I don't care how much money a person got or street cred or whatever. I'm gonna voice my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to live by that, bro, because I've always been respected everywhere I go. And it ain't even always about money for me. Like, Screen, like, bro, I'd have had a call before with folks try to get in contact with you, and they couldn't, and then they hit me like, bro, can you? And I call you, bro, I didn't make no money off that, and you got booked at a club. I didn't make no money off that, and I didn't want no money.
True story.
Because it depends on what type of dude it is. Like, you done showed me so much love before, right? So it's like somebody like Scream, but he just get his bad, I walk on. But somebody that I don't rock with, I'll make sure I'm in the middle. But other than that, like, I'll make the call. Y'all just, that's Scream good people, bro. I don't need to be. I done did this with so many people, but that's why folks rock with me. It's about good business. It's not always about the financial situation because, but I get it. People, they crabs in a bucket because they don't got no bread and they don't really understand about relationships and how much credit is important. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm always going to be straight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's people that look like they balling on the ground that I know damn well don't got more money than me. Even my own peers or no peers, So I know what they doing. I know how often they show their bread on the gram, and it's cool. And then do it again a month later and be the same bag of money or somebody else's money. Like, it's cool. Like, that's their thing. I don't show money on Instagram. That's not my thing. Like, I don't post in front of cars that ain't mine. Every car that I posted to put on my video is my vehicle. You know what I'm saying? And it's artists that don't rent my car, my i8, my Chrome i8. You know what I'm saying? And put it in a video like it's theirs. And that's cool. I'm going to get paid from it. You know what I'm saying? From the clown stuff. So that's how I'm always be like that, bro.
Okay. That's real. So how did you really get out here and put yourself to build good relationships with people? Because you did have a song with Bryson when he was like that dude.
Oh, did Bryson have a song with me?
Oh, okay.
That's real. That's real.
That's real. I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna tell you that. Hold on. Before we go there, I'm gonna tell you. I was working on my album, and I expected to go to the studio and hear something powerful.
Yeah.
But he remembered. Hold on, bro. What's this? He's like, it's me.
Right.
He had a whole wave like
that's before I dropped the R&B stuff.
Ahead of his time. Like I'm like, where'd this come from? Like I was expecting you to battle rap aggressively, and he's kind of been musically in tune and been in that world. I think before people kind of even knew it. Just my input on it.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
That's real.
Yeah, but nah, I mean, even with the thing with Bryson, like that even came from like, people like I seen QC, Coach K, the other day. He did an interview I thought was super dope. He was talking about how every artist that they work with was, not gonna say nobody, but they had the artists develop them. Like it was people that nobody believed in, right? And so I've always been a fan of that. Like anybody ever seen me work with or do features with, I was rocking with them when they didn't, like people wasn't really talking about them like that. Like I met Bryson because, you know, Me K Camp and Joker did the Slumlords. Joker had a partner named Meezy, not Meezy who managed 21 Savage, but another Meezy, from, I forgot where Meezy from, but he called me one day. I had my Soon project was out, and he was like, yo, it's this kid Bryson, you know what I'm saying? Like Timbaland just vouched for him and stuff. You know, I've been in the lab with Timbaland. I done did like 10 songs with Timbaland out there in Miami and stuff. And he was just like, you know, homie, a fan of you. Like he like your stuff. And he was like, just check him out. And anybody know me, bro, I'm going to check it out. Like, I put my ear to it. I went to his SoundCloud. He was rapping a little bit more than he was singing as much at that time. But I was just like, bro, homie is fire, bro. Like, tell him, like, bro, I'll rock with him, bro. I ain't trying to charge nothing. Let's do it, you know, do whatever. You rock with him, I rock with him, bro. You know, put him on the phone. And then we DM'd on Twitter. We was actually doing another song. And then once I really heard the Don't and everything, I was like, bro, we need to do something for the ladies. Forget all this rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do something for the female. And we did Priorities. And that's how me and Bryson got cool. And then we chopped it up even before doing the song. He was asking me about, he hadn't even performed yet, I don't think. He was asking me about, you know, advice on performing and stuff like that and all that. And we just became cool from there. And I respect him because when he dropped, and he got so big from Trap Soul. He dropped Trap Soul before I dropped Before the Heartbreak. And his label, you know, he wasn't even able to shoot the Priorities video. And then his label actually snatched down the song. And he went out his way, told his lawyer to put it back up on SoundCloud. And he could have cease and desist and everything because they didn't want him out with no features. I was the only person with a feature at the time with him. So I still respect him to this day for that. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't too many dudes in the game like that, bro. Like, ain't nobody finna do nothing like that. They finna leave his taken down and act like they don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? He was like, my bad, my lawyer did it. I'll put the call in. And he really did. You know what I'm saying? So just going his back as far as that, bro. And and I bet he did that because he knew how stand-up I was when I had the buzz ahead of him. And some people in the game is like that, and some people just not. You know what I'm saying?
And to move on to that, how do you particularly deal with the people that's not stand up or solid in the industry? Because it could be a very frustrating industry. It could be
I don't care.
Don't care.
Like I really don't care. Like it's like at the end of the day, I know what I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father. I'm a family man first. I ain't no industry dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't finna play with you, and I don't let nobody play with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been, God willing, but I ain't never been robbed, beat up, beefing with the wrong dude on some clout chase. I'm not a comedian, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I say something funny and you laugh, that's on you. But I'm not in all that. I don't play with people like that. I done been around anybody from the cornballs to the introverts to the street dudes. Everybody knows that. And I did this successfully, you know what I'm saying? And I done had partners die, you know what I'm saying, get shot next to me, in front of me, away from me, you know what I'm saying? So it's just about surviving, and I don't really worry about that energy, bro. Like, if I got a problem with somebody, anybody know me, I'm going to address it. And it's going to be man to man, you know what I'm saying, respectfully. And whatever the energy is from that, we could deal with it. Like, you know what I'm saying, I don't got to be for the IG. I don't got to address you on IG. I don't do none of that. I done had plenty of problems with people that people don't know nothing about. I done had homies have problems with people that I'm cool with, and I squash the beef without Instagram. And it don't need to be glorified or put out like that. I done been in the media in about 2-3 beefs. I don't even know if folks remember when Bama and Dunk was beefing, and they was finna fight at Club Cali on Windy Hill. I tried to squash that beef. That didn't work. But, you know, I tried, though, before they was finna kill each other, you know what I'm saying, before Dunk passed. But Bama that used to be with CTE. He's still my partner. He cool. But I'm the one that got, jumped in the middle with, hey, bro, y'all beefing over somebody else's beef, you know what I'm saying, before y'all kill each other because y'all really outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's figure it out. It just, the words got misconstrued on the phone and they met up at the club. But, you know what I'm saying? I done did that 1,000 times, bro. Like, and like I said, it ain't for nobody to know or be rapping about it. Just the energy is what it is. You adjust it as you go.
Now, before we talk about this new project and a new record, just give us your take on the Nipsey Hussle situation and how it impacts you.
I mean, first of all, bro, that's a sad case, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just with all due respect to what he doing. Like, I really went out the cat. I really didn't know. I'm a Nipsey fan. You know what I'm saying? I've been on, my boy Lou put me on Nipsey when he dropped Crenshaw. I wasn't on to it yet because, you know, being born in the Bronx and raised in Atlanta, it's like, it was hard for me to bump a lot of the, you know, California music. Like, even though I love Snoop to death, like, I'm a fan of YG personality and everything he would do. But as far as, like, riding from start to the end of an actual West Side album, the first time I really did it, besides the Chronic and all the Dre and, you know, gang stuff, it was Nip, you know what I'm saying? So on the music side, I knew what he was doing. As opposed to that, I didn't really know everything he was doing in the community, except for when he started telling people about the masters and how much he was charging when he charged like a whole bunch for his album. Right. And then, you know, I started seeing him on the Shade Room a lot with the relationship stuff going on. But really seeing what he did in the community, like, I just went to LA and went out there by his store and just seeing the impact that he had and the peers that I'm cool with that was cool with him just crying for weeks, you know what I'm saying, for days, you know what I'm saying? So it's a sad situation, bro. Like, the footage I know was hurtful to a lot of people, and I totally understand it because I lost, you know, Slim Duncan died. He got murdered by, you know what I'm saying, somebody that was cool with somebody else that was in their circle. So, bro, it happens a lot. And Boosie put it out there. He put it out there and said, you know, most rappers die in their own city, bro. Dobie, you know what I'm saying? X, bro, that stuff is sad. This stuff really happens. And I made a post about it, and I'm telling people, you know, F the hood, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget it. Forget having to feel like you owe somebody something or you got to come back to the hood and do certain things. And it's such a thin line because people argue about this open conversation. It's like, you know, well, how can you forget about where you came from or da-da-da-da? But it's like, bro, that man was 33, bro. That man had a huge life ahead of him, kids. You know, so that man got shot, kicked in his head. That's crazy, bro. So, I mean, I feel the same way everybody else. I mean, not on the. I seen the thing with Kodak. I seen the thing with Kodak.
There's a couple people.
But I think even him, he ain't even mean it. He from Florida, but they be talking crazy and don't get. He apologized, so I respect that. But it's bad, bro. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah. It's that stuff's still going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, even working with Pac, you know, I've been telling him, like, bro, you know, let's stay away from the South Side. Let's just move you how we move and you know, I got less and less homies every day. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It feels so good. It's
crazy.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I roll with less and less people every day, and it just feel good, bro. Any energy or bad energy, like, I walk away from it, bro. I ain't trying to be arguing with folks. Like, you know, it's only one person I allow to question and argue with me, and that's my son at this point, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, other than that, it's for the birds.
No doubt. Now, talk about this new project. The project is already out, right?
Yeah, the day I got free, I dropped, man. I dropped the day after.
You was waiting, loaded up.
Emancipation Proclamation. I was just going to do an EP before I did interviews just to kind of address on record so I can, you know, benefit financially from it. And I told, you know, Schweinberg, I was like, bro, I'm finna just drop something because my real album is coming out in May. My After the Heartbreak project. I was like, nah, I just want to get something out real quick, short project, an EP. But I was like, let me be creative because people don't really know what EP stands for. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna let EP stand for Emancipation Proclamation because it was you know, back in history when the slaves was, you know, locked up in the South and they got freed. It was like the paper that was how they got free to form or whatever. So that's what I wanted to use. Like, I was, you know, I was locked down and now I'm free. So I wanted to drop that, put it out for the people, put a couple of my partners on there, got it mixed. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to come out the next day. So I hit TuneCore, John Sher over there at TuneCore, she my connect. I said, yo, I submitted it. I can't wait, you know, 4 or 5 business days.
Right. Drop it now.
And she emailed me back and was like, oh, you're live. And I was like, let's run it. And it was out for the people. And they're just going crazy. Like, the numbers is crazy high for it. Like, and it ain't even my main project for us. So.
Okay. Yeah. And then Vices, that's what we're going to play. Talk about Vices real quick.
Vices, man. Vices, I got Derez Deshawn on there, K Kemp on there. These are my bros. And Tony made the beat. I'm just at a point where, bro, like, I'm only collabing with folks that, you know what I'm saying, I really know from day one. You know what I'm saying? And Derez, you know, I've been rocking with him since he was Debo, D-B-O with Dunk. You know what I'm saying? When he was rocking the big clothes and even K Kemp, you know, his mama still live, you know, one light up from my mama house. So this is like, we went to the same high school. So I was like, let me just do something with my partners, you know what I'm saying? I know all the females like it, put it out. And so that's the Vices single. That's what we're rolling with right now.
Okay, we're about to drop that, man. We appreciate you pulling up. And, of course, we got a freestyle coming from him, too.
Oh, yeah, let's get it.
We know what he does.
Let's get it.
96.7 The Beat. Keep us locked.